This is Aparna Bhat. Welcome to Unacademy Judiciary YouTube channel. Today, as a part of Uttarakhand Judiciary batch, we are going to conduct a very small video session regarding which are the different kinds of reliefs which are available under the Domestic Violence Act. So we can see that there is an act which is known as Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act of 2005, and with respect to this, what are we going to see? There are different kinds of reliefs. Okay, so this is not purely a criminal law, but many civil remedies are being provided in this particular act. So when such thing is there, so how do we understand, like, which are the kinds of reliefs which are available under the act, and what all types of officers are there, which are the authorities which are appointed under this act. So we are going to see all these things. Okay, so we will begin without any delay. Let us start immediately. Okay, see here, actually what happens is, when Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act, this was enacted in order to bring a civil remedy because the earlier ladies were there, for them which it was very difficult because most of them were subjected to cruelty, different kinds of abuses. Domestic Violence Act defines what is domestic violence. So here we find different types of this one, wait, domestic violence involves different kinds of abuses like physical abuse, verbal abuse, verbal and emotional abuse, sexual abuse, and another kind is economical abuse. So whatever kind of abuses, be it physical like harming, injuring, threatening, or doing any kind of such acts which creates a particular person from conducting from a day-to-day act, that is a kind of a different kind of abuse. And just a minute, let me give a chart regarding this, regarding different kinds of abuses which are available under the Domestic Violence Act and what are the reliefs provided to them. Okay, so yes, from section 18 to section 22 we have different kinds of reliefs which are provided under Domestic Violence Act. See, the first kind of order which is provided to the person the aggrieved person who has been abused by her by those persons who were in the shared household, who were in a domestic relationship, maybe it be husband or father-in-law, mother-in-law, or it could be brothers, sisters, it could be anyone, but they should establish that there should be a domestic relationship, and they should be residing in a shared household. When these two things are proved, the Domestic Violence Act, which we can also call it as DV Act or Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act of 2005. Under this, it is proved that if they are subjected to any kind of domestic violence, as I had discussed, there are 4 types of domestic violences, then there are different authorities like protection officer, then there are shelter homes, there are welfare experts, there are service providers, different kinds of authorities are there which assist the magistrate in giving particular reliefs to the aggrieved person. So, which are those reliefs? So, it would be a very short kind of explanation. See, chapter 4 of Domestic Violence Act, it gives different kinds of reliefs. Among them, section 18 to section 22, they provide about 5 kinds of reliefs. Okay, but very essential thing which we need to know is whether a lady is having a right in a particular house, be it like she is having title, whether she has purchased the property or not, or whether she has purchased the property jointly, or even if the property does not belong to her husband also, even in those cases, if it is established that there is a domestic relationship and they were living in a shared household, then she has the right to reside. This is a very important key feature of the act, right to reside or right of residence we say, because she cannot be put outside, she cannot be ousted out of the house. That is not allowed under any of the act, and just because of she is subject to domestic violence, again she cannot be victimized second time by putting her out of the house. She is secured. Her right to residence is secured in that house where domestic violence had been conducted. It means the other persons should not trouble her. The other persons, even the act may, the orders may provide that the husband or other persons, those persons who were living in the shared household, whether they are living in the shared household or not, but she is having the right to reside, and the court may prohibit the other persons from entering that particular area where she is residing, or entering that particular room where she is residing, or in just coming near her residence, or the place where she frequently visits, or even to the school where her children go. So, such protection orders, such prohibition orders can be issued against those persons where the order has been given, order has been passed by the magistrate. So, one is right to residence. So, likewise we have different kinds of reliefs which are provided under the act. The first one is protection order. Section 18 says regarding protection order. So, through this order the magistrate says that the lady, the aggrieved person is protected, like her husband or any other respondent, the actual word what it is called as, it's the respondent, he should not subject her to cruelty, he should not be in any kind of communication, he should not meet her children, or he should not visit any place where she frequently visits, like where she, if she is going for a job, if she is going for a work, he should not visit that place and trouble her, he should not abuse her. So, such kind of protection orders being provided. And apart from that, as I already mentioned, section 19 gives residence order. So, this could be she may be having the residence order in that particular home itself, or she alternatively she may be getting the rent, or the husband should provide for the accommodation, whatever the expenses of accommodation where she is residing elsewhere, if such arrangements could not be made. Okay, this is residence order. Then section 20 is monetary reliefs. Monetary. So, this is in a case where due to which she has suffered some loss, some any other compensation has to be provided. So, section 22 also provides for the compensatory orders, compensation orders, monetary reliefs and this is very slight difference. I am going to explain through with the help of our section through the Bare Act, but these things are very essential to understand. These are the 5 kind of different reliefs, and section 21 speaks regarding The custody orders, if any children are there, to whom their custody must go. The custody must go to the agreed person. Like that, they can make an arrangement. The court may pass these kind of orders. Court means it's the magistrate who can pass. So these are all in the nature of a civil order, civil relief. Apart from 498A provides for cruelty by the persons who are subjecting a woman towards cruelty. So there will be an a cognizance of offence. But this Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act is such a kind of act where it is providing for such orders which are in the nature of civil reliefs, because even monetarily also she must be supported, even with respect to residence, or some protection orders, some prohibitory orders have to be made regarding these. Such things are done. Okay, yes. So we can understand this with the help of the example of the Bear Act. See, this is a very small act, as I have already mentioned. The definition here, in this definition, section 3, this itself says that different types of abuses, domestic violence. So this is a very important act, and apart from this, as I had already mentioned, there are different kinds of persons who are appointed. See, there are shelter homes, medical facilities, protection officers. So the role of protection officers is very, very important, and service providers, and also the police officers also, they are having certain kind of responsibilities under this act. Apart from this, government has to give maximum amount of media exposure, because people must know about the reliefs of these kind of such kind of reliefs which are available under this act. So that's very necessary. That's why even government is having certain duties. So chapter 3 is it's regarding powers and duties of protection officers and service providers. Whereas chapter 4, here we find different reliefs, and that too section 18 to section 22. They are very, very important. This is what I explained till now: protection order, residence order, monetary reliefs, custody orders, and compensation orders. So you have to remember all these 5 orders. They are very, very essential. Apart from this is a right to reside. And in the definition, we have domestic relationship, shared household. Those are the 2 very important definitions which you must be knowing. So if you understand, and miscellaneous, these are all the miscellaneous provisions. Yes, see here they have given what is compensation order, custody order. So as per section 22, as per section 21, like that they are given. But here domestic violence means as given under section 3. Protection order means under section 18, residence order under section 19. Shared household. This is very important. It means a household where the person aggrieved lives or at any stage has lived. So if a person is presently living, or even for a particular point of time, he has lived in a domestic relationship. So what is domestic relationship? Even for that there is a definition. We will see that later. So either singly or along with the respondent. So that person must be living or might have lived earlier along with the respondent, and it includes what kind of house? It includes such a household whether owned or tenanted, either jointly by the aggrieved person and the respondent, or owned or tenanted by either of them in respect of which either the aggrieved person or the respondent or both jointly. So the ultimate meaning is the place, the house, in the house where they are residing, that could be their own house, or it could be their rented house or tenanted house. And the ownership could be jointly. The lady could be having, the husband could be having, even if the lady does not have that ownership over the property also, over the house also, it is known as shared household if she is residing in that house, or if she had reside along with her husband or respondent. So this is not only restricted to husband, but for the purpose of example I am giving, because in domestic relationship they mention either it could be marriage, consanguinity, or nature in the like nature of a marriage. It means it also includes live-in relationships also, and also adoption. Because of any of these relations, they could be residing together. Consanguinity means through blood relationship. it could be brother, sisters. So brother might be subjecting his sister to domestic violence. He may be beating her always. So sister can file a case against the brother. So it's not only restricted to husband and wife, but just for the purpose of, for an example, I mentioned this. Okay. So the ultimate meaning is the household, the residence where they are living, it could be there in their own ownership, or it could be in the tenancy, or together they may be holding it, or a single person may be holding it. It does not matter. Okay, it's irrespective of all those things, it is considered to be shared household, and in that shared household, if domestic violence is proved, then that aggrieved person is having the right to reside in that shared household. So that is the ultimate meaning of this particular Domestic Violence Act and whatever the orders issued under this act, that is the residence order. Okay, so then let's go to the domestic violence. See, we can see domestic violence, we have that's what they have said, harming, or due to like dowry demands because of that, or threatening to harm. So it does not necessarily includes only harming. Even if you threaten another person, that you will harm, even that is the case of domestic violence. And it includes all kind of abuses, here physical abuse, sexual abuse, verbal and emotional abuse, and also economic abuse as well. 4 types of abuses. And yes, so let's directly jump into section 18, different kinds of orders. See, protection orders. So here the magistrate may pass a protection order saying that he should not commit any domestic violence, he should not help, aid or abet in commission of an act of domestic violence, or he must not enter that employment place, or he should not attempt to communicate with that person, or he should not alienate any assets, joint accounts, or anything which is belonging to respondent, or he should not cause violence to the dependents of the aggrieved person. Dependents means like her children, her parents, her friends. He should not cause violence to them also. Or the protection order can mention any other acts also, any other act, or because this is inclusive definition. This is one kind, protection order. Then residence order. So what all kind of if a person gets residence order, then what does it imply? It means that he cannot disturb the possession of the aggrieved person. If the lady is residing in her matrimonial house, then she should be continuing staying in that house. She should not be put out of the house. Or it may also direct that the respondent should he should go out of the house. He should remove himself from the shared household. So even if the house belongs to him also, but the court may say that he should go out of the house. He should allow that lady to reside in the house. So that is the meaning of residence order. And he should so it depends. It depends upon each circumstance of the case, facts and circumstances of the case, like whether they have to how the court passes the order. Then regarding other, he cannot alienate that property. He cannot create an encumbrance. He cannot mortgage the property and obtain the loan. Or he cannot renounce the rights without the leave of the magistrate. Or if all these things are not possible, he should provide for the same level of alternate accommodation for the aggrieved person. Okay, or like he must help in paying the rent, he should pay that. So this is the meaning of the residence orders. Then when it comes to the monetary relief, regarding all these things, the court may order like whatever due to her residence with that person, or due to the relation with that person. If she has lost, she was working earlier, she has left her job, whatever loss of earnings was there, or whatever medical expenses, or some destruction, damage, or removal of any property from the control of the aggrieved person, or any order of maintenance if provided under section 125, even that has to be considered. So this is all regarding the examples of the monetary reliefs. Then when it comes to custody, so the court may grant temporary custody of children to the aggrieved person. That's the meaning of custody order. And the last one, section 22, this is regarding the compensation orders. So any compensation, because the lady might have been subjected to some mental torture or emotional distress, due to which some compensation is needed. Apart from other monetary reliefs, even compensation, in the nature of compensation, she may ask for certain damages for injuries or for mental torture. Even that may be availed under Domestic Violence Act. So this was a very short explanation regarding different reliefs provided under the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act. Okay. So I hope everything, like whatever I explained regarding only these many topics, I just explained which are the different kinds of reliefs, which are the kinds of domestic violence, what's a domestic relationship and what's a shared household. I hope whatever I have explained regarding this, the point is clear. And also another important update I wanted to share with you all, that is Unacademy is offering some kind of offer which is extending from February 10th to February 15th. Okay, so this is for a period of like till 15th you will be having, and a target Judiciary 2023 you are supposed to pay 50,511 rupees, even though the price is 63,139, and in target Judiciary 2024 you are supposed to pay 61,991, although the offer price was like 77,489, but after applying Aparna law as the code, or you can use any other valid code, you will be getting that discount, and along with that you are getting some subscription months free. If you are purchasing 12 months, then 3 months subscription you are getting. If you are purchasing 18 months, then you are getting 6 months free subscription. That's a very wonderful offer which is provided by the Unacademy platform. And also there are different batches which are going to commence like very recently, and this is going to commence on February 16th. This is Safalta 4.0 comprehensive batch. The Shital Sharma ma'am is there, Anil Khanna sir is there, Faizan Khan sir is there, and Sonu Kumar sir is there. The offer price is for 12 months. You are supposed to purchase at 50,511 rupees. Then linking batch for Rajasthan and Gujarat Judicial Service is there. This is for the period of 6 months. So the total amount is 36,736 if you purchase this in the offer period. And revision batch for Uttar Pradesh means examination is there. Even this is for a period of 3 months. The amount is 22,959 rupees. And Chhattisgarh Judiciary Prelims mock test series is there. So this is available at only amount of 500 rupees, and you can use Aparna law as the code. And the mains test series for Punjab Judiciary 2023 is there. Even this is for a amount of like about 4,999 rupees. And the judiciary notes is provided under this, and also as you all know, the offer is valid only up to 15th. Okay, so this is what I wanted to say till regarding different reliefs provided under the act. So thank you all of you for joining, and even Karnataka batch is there, Uttarakhand rapid revision batch is there. My classes are going to commence from 13th. So as I was not keeping well for few days, I could not conduct regular classes due to voice issues, but right from 13th February we are going to have a regular class. And thank you for joining.